That's Nick.
And that's Joseph. And today we're here to talk about Happy Gilmore 2, the third film directed by Kyle Newacheck, which Netflix is releasing July 25th, 2025. And it, of course, as its title suggests, is a sequel to Adam Sandler's hit 1996 film, Happy Gilmore.
Do you know this director's other films?
Well, he is a driving force behind What We Do in the Shadows. Oh. His debut was Game Over Man, which I did not see. Nor did I see Murder Mystery, Netflix release with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, which also has its own sequel.
What is Happy Gilmore 2 about? Happy Gilmore, now retired and raising 5 kids, grieves the accidental death of his wife, and he returns to golf to fund his daughter's ballet school. What is your pull quote?
A lovable sequel channeling the same goofy ridiculousness which would become synonymous with Adam Sandler's cinematic output, Happy Gilmore 2 perhaps surpasses the shaggy, endearing charm of its predecessor, even as it is obesely littered with endless cameos and characters, all who blend together into a surprising, effervescent poignancy.
Mine. The cameos come fast and loose, but Happy Gilmore 2 lands as a riotously silly and surprisingly heartwarming comedy. I really did enjoy this movie.
I did as well. You know, I rewatched the first one, which I hadn't seen since I was a child, and Billy Madison, which came out the year prior. So I was actually surprised at how kind of thoughtful the first film seems in many ways as well.
I had not seen the first film until you put it on earlier this week. And I was laughing a lot. And this film did the trick. I was laughing a lot.
Yeah, I think Sandler had, over the ensuing decades developed a reputation. And, some of these films, especially the ones he's done with Netflix, like The Ridiculous Six, for instance, To Pull Out of the Air, really seemed just like a bunch of people that like each other getting together and are entertaining themselves and not necessarily others. So this really does feel like a throwback to when a little more care was taken, perhaps. We have the original returning writer, Tim Herlihy, who's also makes a cameo in the film.
For people who don't know, from the first movie, Happy Gilmore is played by Adam Sandler, and he is a hockey player who never got to play professional hockey, but finds out through a fluke that he's really good at driving golf balls. So with the help of a golf pro, played by
Carl Weathers,
he becomes really good. And in the first movie, he's up against another golf pro played by Christopher McDonald.
Shooter.
And of course, ultimately, Adam Sandler's character wins. And the thing driving his need to win is that he needs money to save his grandma's house.
Yeah, and I think the messages, as there are several of Adam Sandler's films, it's kind of, a working class hero entering a space that is designed to reject him and kind of conquering. I mean, he seems to really enjoy channeling an underdog story. And what else I enjoy about many Adam Sandler films, even if I don't ultimately like the narrative, is he's very loyal to his friend group and people that have worked with him. He seems to really take pains to make space for everybody.
Yeah, I like the sort of overall theme. Well, I'm not very familiar with Adam Sandler movies, but the few I've seen, I do also notice that.
Mm-hmm. And this one is a family affair. He has his wife and 2 daughters in it. I don't know, and I thought he kind of built in some nice moments with them that it's surprisingly a lot more touching than you would expect it to be.
So the premise I read is the movie. He has since retired from golf because he killed his wife.
I was cringing in the opening moments because they're de-aging Sandler for moments that weren't in by the end of the first film. And Julie Bowen's like, you don't need to de-age me.
No, she looks great. But yeah, he accidentally killed her many years ago with like a freak golf ball accident.
He Simon Birches her.
So... of course, that's affected him, but, he has these 5 kids, 4 boys and a daughter, and he's doing his best, but he's developed a alcohol addiction.
Yes.
And he's, living a very modest life, but his family loves him. His sons are really funny because they're all kind of like their dad. I also didn't mention that Happy Gilmore he's violent, but not in like a bully way. He just feels the need to defend himself.
I think he has anger management issues.
Yeah,
perhaps.
He pops off really easily. And then the one daughter, she's a really lovely lady, young lady, and she takes dance lessons from her real life mother, who is kind of like has very basic skills. So she tells Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore, your daughter's like amazing at ballet. So I sent in an application for her to a very fancy ballet school and she got in. Great, where is it? Paris, France. Okay, how much is it? $300,000.
Because it's $75K a year, which actually seems kind of
Reasonable,
low,
yeah.
really.
But of course he doesn't have it. So now he's sort of thinking, what can he do? And ultimately decides to enter into golf again. But before this happens, he works at a grocery store and he's confronted by Benny Safdie,
Playing Frank Manatee.
this like douchebag rich guy who thinks golf is boring. So he's trying to start his own league called the Maxi League, where it's going to be like, ultimately we see it's kind of like if you mix golf with like American Gladiators. And he
makes it a grand spectacle.
Yeah. And he offers Happy a spot, but of course Happy's like, hell no. And actually beats him up. But
He throws him in the lobster tank. Yeah.
But he goes back to the pro tour to his people because since the first movie, he's won like 5 championships. So he's like legit. So he goes back and they're happy to take him. And he understands that if he goes back, he can probably make the money he needs pretty quickly. But then, of course, we get like a training montage and then he needs to find like a coach in a sense.
A coach and a caddy and, yep.
And his coach is Lavelle Crawford.
Slim,
who I thought was really funny.
who also, like Carl Weathers,
has a wooden paper mache hand.
a nightmare wooden hand. It looks like something out of a Tales from the Hood episode. It's
and then
scary.
his caddy is played by Bad Bunny, which we'll get back to. But of course, things go as you would expect. He ends up playing against the Maxi League. And of course, everything comes down to Adam Sandler's character needing to win. And they kind of put a little extra on it, like double or nothing. If I win, Benny Safdie's character will not only pay for my daughter's school, but he's going to give me his Rolls Royce and buy my grandma's house back and all this. And of course, Happy wins.
Although a man like that, I need this in writing and notarized.
Well, it's also televised, so who knows?
Sure.
But yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun. There are so many. There are like 200 people in this movie. There has to be.
It's dizzying. No wonder why they had to kill off Julie Bowen. They didn't have space for her.
I didn't recognize. I mean, I clearly didn't recognize everyone, but Bad Bunny,
Oscar.
He's the caddy who originally Bad Bunny's character Oscar works in like the.
He's
like the club of the pro golf.
He's like a bus boy in the club, yeah.
And he's treated poorly and gets fired, and Happy witnesses it. So when he needs a caddy, he thinks of Oscar first. And Bad Bunny has like a pretty major supporting role.
He has a lot of moments, and it's not like the comedy doesn't land, it's just that it's real flat and basic.
I feel like we could have cut out most of Bad Bunny, because there are so many other people in there who I would have enjoyed more time with. Specifically, I think my favorite character,
Christopher McDonald.
Oh my God. Because since the last movie, because in the last movie he got in trouble for like manslaughter. So he has spent the last like 29 years in a psychiatric facility. And he is full on crazy.
He's crazy. They show him, the review board is
like for parole,
trying to ascertain if he's ready to leave. And it's very Death Becomes Her when they asked about Madeline Ashton.
Yes.
He loses his mind. And they're like, take that animal back to his house.
So he's denied parole, but it's Benny Safdie's character who gets him out because he needs his help.
Which is where the devil in the details comes in with a lot of Christopher McDonald's work in this. He's giggling maniacally reading The Shining.
Every moment of him on screen, I laughed.
Yeah.
He also looks great.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, I mean, I would have preferred more time with him and less time with Bad Bunny.
Juice on shooter. Juice on shooter.
I have some notes.
Oh, yes?
Okay. You know, alcoholism is not funny.
No.
But Adam Sandler, we see he has a drinking problem. So he has turned everything into a flask. Some things include a cucumber, a pepper shaker, the brush you use on the golf clubs, an actual golf ball, binoculars, a trophy, a remote control. He has liquor in the cuckoo clock. He has liquor in a toothbrush. We even see that he has liquor in his cell phone. After the first couple of like, okay, this is funny. And then as it goes on, that kind of stuff I think is really funny.
Which is risky because it could get old.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just so desperate that you can't help but chuckle.
Another batch of cameos that they are short-lived, but I thought were really funny is Happy has to go back and start practicing golf. And so he gets set up with a trio and they need like to make 2 pairs. And it's Margaret Qualley, Eric Andre, and a third. And they're kind of talking shit because Happy is really rusty and he's trying to be incognito, so they don't recognize him. And they kind of make fun of him, like, look at you trying to shoot like Happy Gilmore. It's not working.
Well, when he walks up, Margaret Qualley goes, oh, he's 30 seconds removed from a divorce.
But ultimately they realize it's him, and then he starts to sort of ramp up his skills. But that scene culminates in a golf cart crash, which I thought was very funny. And as a result, he gets sentenced to, instead of jail time, he has to do like Alcoholics Anonymous. And guess who the leader of that 12-step group is? Ben Stiller.
Hal L, which are they making a Superman reference with that? I don't know.
But we know him from the first movie because he was the like nursing home orderly where Adam Sandler's grandma was living, and the joke about his character was that he was making everyone work, like slave
manual labor.
Yeah. And he's doing the same in this movie. All the people who are like committed by the courts to attend this 12-step program, he's making them all do work on his house,
including Kim Whitley.
Kim Whitley's in there, who's always really nice to see. Mm-hmm. Okay, when Adam Sandler's character goes back to like the pro golf club and is mingling, getting ready to start golfing again, there are all these statues of other pro golfers like Jack Nicklaus and Lee Trevino.
Who makes a cameo as well.
Arnold Palmer. And we see Happy Gilmore's statue. And for some reason, they give him buck teeth.
That looks like Nosferatu.
I thought that was very funny. Something I didn't think was very funny, though, is I think Benny Safdie as this character was, I mean, he definitely did the job. But a major plot point for his character is that he has like tier 1 halitosis.
Yeah, which has something to do with kind of his undoing.
Gingivitis. Yeah. But I thought that joke ran a little...
Well, yeah, because he's also his top secret lair to get access. He breathes on the controls, and
then it says
fart accepted. It's like, okay, well, of course, there's some adolescent moments of humor. But
another cameo I would have liked more of in exchange for Bad Bunny is we learn Benny Safdie's Maxi Golf Group. All of his players are like really good at driving the ball. Like they can hit even further than Happy Gilmore. How is this possible? And then we learn that he has cut all of their, as they're telling us, iliolumbar ligaments so that their hips like swivel more, which I thought was funny. But we learned this through a flashback to Nick Swarsden. Mm-hmm. And I would have really enjoyed more of Nick Swarsden.
Yeah, because we only get him in that one little bit. And then those 5 players, I mean, Oliver Hudson was unrecognizable. I was like, is that Brian Brown? Is that Gary Sinise?
Yeah. So Christopher McDonald's character Shooter, he initially is working with Benny Safdie, but then when he realizes that what Benny Safdie's trying to do is like an abomination to golf, he basically escapes after throwing hot coffee in Benny Safdie's face. And then he meets up with Adam Sandler incidentally because they both end up at the cemetery. Mm-hmm. And they have a full-on fight scene that I thought was very funny. But ultimately, those two decide to work together. Mm-hmm. So the Maxi tour starts, and it really is just like, it's a little over the top.
It's so over the top. Over the top, this grand obstacle course spectacle is so stupid, but there are moments in there that are, I think, kind of...
Oh, I laughed a lot. I mean, we have one of the players, his name is Screech, but he doesn't know the Saved by the Bell reference.
He doesn't know Dustin Diamond.
And we get a group of fans holding signs for Screech, Dustin Diamond. I thought that was really funny. Then there's one obstacle because the tournament only has 7 courses, or the play of the day has 7 courses. And one of them is like in the snow. That's so ridiculous. But
on an ice rink.
I thought it was funny. You have Eminem.
Yeah,
the rapper.
He's making a cameo as the son. Well, there's like several people playing the sons of people
from the original
that are dead or no longer with us. Yeah, he's the guy that he's the son of the man that Christopher McDonald hired to run Happy Gilmore over on the golf course.
Yes.
And then he gets eaten by
alligators. Eminem does, yeah. But I thought another really cute scene going back to the snow is one of the players is removed, and so Shooter has to substitute, and him getting Adam Sandler trying to hype him up to like shoot the ball, and of course he makes it, is really funny. Okay, so then the final battle between Happy Gilmore and the top maxi player, who's played by Haley Joel Osment,
Billy.
It ends with them having to, you know what it reminded me of? The Doesn't Really Matter music video from Janet Jackson when they're standing on that platform and it goes like this.
Yes.
So the, like where the hole is to putt the ball, I don't know anything about golf, is on a thing that moves like that. And so they have to like balance on it in a specific way. I felt like that went on for a little too long.
It did, and there's some blatant cheating going on, I feel. The odds are stacked against Happy Gilmore, of course, in ways that Billy didn't have to put up with.
Although I did think it's funny that, because Happy's trying to balance it with his caddy Bad Bunny. So he's like, how much do you weigh? 170 pounds? Okay, well you need to grab my golf clubs to balance it out. I think it's cute. I don't think Bad Bunny's bad. It's just he's not.
I think he just kind of falls to the wayside compared to everybody else.
I will say I'd be curious to know what people thought of Bad Bunny's cousin, the character playing his cousin, because they're playing him like he's this like, I don't know. It felt like this immigrant who's willing to do anything.
It is a little uncomfortable.
So I felt a little uncomfortable with that, but. In the end, when Happy's trying to negotiate like a prize, he includes, you know, I want the Rolls Royce, my daughter's tuition, my grandma's house, and you have to buy Bad Bunny a restaurant because his dream is to open one. And in the end, we see that he's saying that he's going to open the best Puerto Rican, Dominican, Italian, Cuban restaurant.
That's his best line.
And that is the best line. I thought another really funny line is after it's all said and done, Benny Safdie's character gets in trouble for like fraud or like money laundering or something.
The drink that he made to go along with his maxi thing.
That's right.
Poisoning people and giving them halitosis.
But a reporter refers to the bad breath as midnight booty breath. For some reason, I thought that was funny. But yeah, I mean, another thing I found funny is the parole board is so excited for Happy Gilmore's win that they let all the prisoners out. It's so stupid.
It's so ridiculous.
But I mean, I laughed throughout.
And there are so many other cameos. Steve Buscemi playing bad neighbor Pat,
who likes to pee in the mailbox and does ballet. That was really cute.
I just discovered a photo of him in drag that blew my mind.
I thought he looked like Gigi Good. He's beautiful.
He looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, he was cute way back in Parting Glances as well.
Yeah,
I think he gets a bad rap for being kind of funny looking.
But yeah, this movie definitely did the job. I would watch it again.
The original director, who had playing the same person from the first film, Dennis Dugan, is in it. I don't know. It just feels like kind of a loving shout out to all of these people that were in this film that got way more attention than I think anybody expected 30 years ago. The sons. One of them the oldest one is played by an actual professional wrestler, which I think you can tell. They reminded me of, did you ever see The Fighter? The David O. Russell film with Mark Wahlberg? He has this pack of sisters that are constantly screaming and fighting, and it reminded me of this pack of boys.
But I thought they were handled so well because they're not obnoxious.
And they easily could have been, yeah.
Because there's a movie that I saw at TIFF last year with Ben Stiller, actually.
Nutcracker?
The Nutcrackers, where it's like the brothers and they're just out of control.
He's the uncle that inherits them.
Yeah, and they were so obnoxious. Granted, they were much younger, but yeah, these boys are like, they're rough and tumble, but they're all really sweet and respectful in a way. I don't know. I really like the vibe of the movie.
Yeah, I did too. I think it's a good afternoon film. That's when we watched
Before
it.
dinner, yeah. What would you give Happy Gilmore 2? I'm
going to give it a 3.
I really enjoyed it. I would give it 3.5 out of 5. Join us on Patreon and listen to our podcast. Bye.